Hey guys, yeah, getting loaded up for the river tomorrow. Today's July the 1st, 2026, and I'm loading up my 12-foot canoe and I'm gonna throw it in the truck. I'm gonna head down the Kiamichi River in the morning and do a stretch I haven't done in probably close to 10 years, at least 8 years. So I'm looking forward to it. It's gonna be a good time. You guys stay tuned. Bye. So I'm backing down the old road to the river. It's pretty, I don't know, not really washed out so much, just bumpy, just real narrow. Just gotta be careful getting down here. Good thing I drive an old pickup. Don't worry about scratching it too much. It's a beautiful morning. Got down to about 70 last night, so it's relative. It's a nice, cool morning. Today's supposed to be a high of around 90, so that's good. I think it said 90, pretty sure. Anyway, we're on the Kiamichi. My way through the water willow. Like little roads. Just a couple minutes here. I got kind of a headwind going on, so you're gonna have to bear with my paddling. But just a little talk from the canoe. And I want to talk about AI today. I'm going to keep this pretty much stay on point with it. I personally think there's uses for AI. I think advances in medicine. I think, even improvement on efficiency in cars and things like that. I think it's a great thing. Here's where I have the problem, is when it starts replacing the basic skills that humans use and make them dependent. And that's what's happening. It's exactly what's happening. For example, in the near future, it may already be happening. I don't stay up on it that much. I just hear people talk about it. But vehicles that, even if you walked in and paid cash for a new vehicle, which, a truck these days is 80 to 100,000, just depending on what features you want. Even when you pay cash for that vehicle, you own basically the body of it, the framework, but everything that makes it go, you have to pay a subscription for the rest of the life of that vehicle, and probably the rest of your life if you want a newer vehicle. Washing machines and dryers and all this stuff, everything is connected to the internet, and AI is creeping in to do everything for you. And I'm really against that. I'm against AI for creativity, but I'm not going to sit and fight it because it's coming. There's nothing you can do. So what can we do? Well, if you don't want to be a part of it, they call it the Matrix. And I need to sit and watch that movie, The Matrix, because they're doing a lot of parallels between that movie, which I guess was made in maybe the 90s, to what's going on today. They're doing a lot of parallels, comparing the two, and I guess it's probably true. But we've got a choice. I was born in 66. I'm 60 years old, and I was born in a time, and I spent the first 30 years, the first half of my life was cell phone free. I didn't get a cell phone until I was around 30. And then cable TV, maybe a little before that. I didn't have any cable TV growing up. I didn't have anything like that. We didn't have rural water. We didn't have anything like that. We had a well. We cut wood. We burned wood for heat. It wasn't until I graduated high school and got married and went off out into the world, where I moved up to Tulsa, and I figured out, I didn't even have pizza, I don't think, until I was probably 16. I went to visit my sister in Oklahoma City. So all this stuff was new to me. We had I think we had 3 stations at one time, and then they took them away. Took one of them away, which left us with PBS and then one of the local stations down just across the border in Texas. And, so I've come from a world where I didn't have a lot of money. So half the time I didn't carry a wallet. I stick my driver's license in my back pocket after I got my license at 16. Man, that's about and carry a pocket knife. I had a Barlow pocket knife. Now we got to carry an iPhone, and we got to carry all this stuff around. A lot of guys that you know, to make a living, they have to carry a laptop, they have to carry an iPad, they have their iPhone, totally connected all the time, looking down, got a crick in their neck. I tell you what I've been doing. I've been turning off my phone for some time. I turn it off at night completely. During the day, I'll shut it off several times a day for 2 or 3 hours, just so I'm not near it. I don't look at it. Anybody trying to get a hold of me can just wait a couple hours till I'll get back. So, and that's really kind of helped me, because, you know, that's a part of it, is that screen that you're looking at all the time. And here I am calling the kettle black, and I'm making a YouTube video, but that's all right, you know. The thing is, if YouTube went away and the iPhones went away, you know, I lived a life prior to all of this stuff, and I can go back to it and be happy. And that's the reason I'm putting the phone down and not looking at it so much. And I'm outside all the time, every day, hot, cold, doesn't matter. I'm outside, I'm doing stuff. Because AI cannot paddle your canoe. AI cannot build your fire for you. AI cannot do a lot of this. It can't bait your hook. You know, unless you got a robot, I guess, but heck with that. So, you know, it just boils down, if you want out of the matrix, if you've had enough, and now I've got people that disagree with me and say AI is great, and they make their little songs, and they, you know, I'm a musician, and I'm a firm believer that if you're going to do art, is to be created by humans, not by computers or AI data. It's not supposed to be. It's wrong. I don't care how many times you try to explain it. You're taking jobs away from people, and you know, I just don't agree with it. I've used an app called Canva to make. I'm a musician, so I may use Canva to make little posters, but I think I'm going to go back to actually cutting out wherever I'm playing. I'm going to cut their logo out, and I'm going to handwrite and put it on a piece of paper and take a picture of it, and that's the way I'm going to make my posters. I'm going to quit using all that stuff, because I can get the point across just fine with handmade things. I'm getting rid of OnX because I do land navigation. I know I've done it for years. I know how to do it well. Yeah, here's the deal. Without all this technology, it's going to take you a little bit longer to do whatever you're doing. And even if somebody else does it faster and you make twice as many mistakes, but in the end you did it, you completed the task, you got the job done, man, that's something to be proud of. A lot of sections of braided river here. You got to really pay attention to the current. It'll get real slow, so you have to really just kind of watch the current and see which current's faster to kind of lead you into the right braid to get you through where you need to go. So far I've made the right decision. I only hit one complete strainer, and that was right after I first got on the river. I had a complete strainer. I had to actually pick my canoe up and take it around a little side channel and push it under a log and get it back in the main channel. But other than that, it's done okay. The river changes a lot as you go. This is a pretty cool river in the way of the landscape changes as you go. You have rock cliffs in a portion, then you have just sand banks, and then you have sand bars, then you have gravel bars, and there's a bunch of willow right there that make me some great friction fire stuff. So I'm going to back up and go get that. So. Guys, thanks for joining me on my little trip and listening to me ramble on. But it's almost time for me to get out of the river, just around this bend up here. I'll be at the Riverbird Lodge. Some good friends of mine own that place, and they give me full reign to come and go as I please, and so thankful for that. So it looked like it turned out to be about a 4-hour trip. A lot of gar. Saw a whole lot of gar. Didn't see one cottonmouth. Figured I would, but didn't see any. Probably hidden up there in those trees. Weather wasn't too bad. Quite a few clouds. Breezy with quite a bit of clouds. As long as if that sun goes behind the clouds, it's nice. It's really not bad. So anyway, it's getting close to noon. I'm hungry. I could drink some water. So you guys be blessed. Thanks again. This is Morris McCann with Morris McCann Backwoods. Hope to see you on another one. You guys be blessed. Bye.